exempted, and there's a reason for that. They're exclusive federal jurisdiction. In other words, even if this amendment is finally adopted, there seems to be some doubt about exactly how the law will be amended, but if it's amended to force companies to add a French descriptor, there's no doubt in my mind that it will be ultimately declared unconstitutional. And perhaps what's more interesting is trademarks are also protected by international law, international treaties. So the effect of this amendment would be to have a Quebec law put Canada in violation of its treaty obligations. So when we ask ourselves, why is this being done? If it is indeed hopelessly unconstitutional, what is the purpose of doing so? The only thing I can come up with is a very cynical ploy. They know they're going to lose in court, which would allow then the Quebec government to say to the Quebec population, you see, we tried to protect the French language, but we're unable to. And it's time now to introduce something like a distinct society clause, which Premier Couillard has already indicated that he's in favor of. There's two things that occur to me, not as a lawyer, but as a citizen. When we talk about politeness, which is the word that the Gazette editorial used to express its support for this amendment, and respect, which is the word that Premier Couillard used, there's two things. First of all, it seems to me that you cannot coerce respect. You cannot force respect. Respect has to be freely given. The other thing is, it has to be mutual. It is not a one-way street. Respect has to go both ways. And unfortunately, this latest proposal doesn't meet what I consider to be basic human requirements, being mutual and not being forced. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Mr. Tyler. I will now pass you on to Mr. Gary Shapiro.
Thank you, Antoinette. This is more than a language issue. This is an economic issue. It's about understanding the business world. It's about understanding how governments pay for our social services and programs. It's about embracing multilingualism and globalization, not restricting language and rights. Are we so blinded by the language issue that we have lost sight of Montreal's continual economic decline? The facts don't lie. Compare Montreal and Toronto then and now. Toronto is booming and growing. Our efforts should be towards attracting business and investment, not discouraging it. The glass ceiling and black cloud of language and separation will not disappear in the near future. Our only hope is immediate special status for Montreal that will insulate it from the endless debate. Special status for Montreal will give it control over its own destiny, the ability to attract business and investment. This is our only hope before it's too late. I'll now pass it on to Beryl Wiseman.
Antoinette, and congratulations to her for continuing to do these things. We organized this as a table de consultation of community leaders. Leaders in law, business, media, citizen advocacy. And yes, all our groups together, and I remind you the work that Gary has done in the group that he started, truly represent nearly 100,000 people. But we wanted to talk as community leaders to M. Couillard. Parce que pour la première fois, il y a un plus grand problème que simplement une question de langue et respect. Pour la première fois, même dans les années de Mme Marois, c'est la première fois qu'une première du Québec dit « Je ne suis pas satisfait avec un jugement d'une cour, je vais changer la loi ». That does not meet the duty of a democratic leader, merely to pander to votes. And this is the first, not the first time. It has been a troubling 9 months under Premier Couillard. When the OQLF bothered major corporations about their websites, you may recall that Club Monaco, Williams-Sonoma, other major corporations just shut them down to Quebecers. No intervention from Premier Couillard. The past 2 months we've been fighting for the rights of the Pontiac Journal to print in English and French. The OQLF wants segregation. Oui, ségrégation. Ségrégation des idées et des mots. C'est la même chose que ségrégation des gens par couleur. No word from Premier Couillard. And now, to add insult to injury, he decides that we are not a society of laws anymore, that the judicial branch of our government is not at all equal, And if he doesn't like it, well, he'll just change the law. That does not meet his duty. It is a betrayal of a democratic Quebec, and it's time that it stopped. Thank you.
So my last message is to our Premier. Should you want to reach me in reference to our new coalition groups, which we will be over 100,000 voices strong, you may contact me. Just check with one of your MNAs, as I've been calling and leaving messages and have yet to get a response. So if you're interested, call me. Let's talk. Thank you.